we're technically streaming.
Are you on YouTube on your channel, right?
Yeah, hold on here. All right, we're going to start the show. Oh my God, it went away. And welcome to episode number 11 of the Amateur Tech Talk podcast. I'm Dean Hansen.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ronnie here.
How's everybody doing?
Hopefully we'll get anybody to listen to or see this, but that'd be cool.
So anyway, this is episode 11. It's September 9th, 12:16 p.m., and we're broadcasting live.
Yeah, for the first time. It's cool.
So if you're listening to this show from the podcast catcher or whatever, then yeah, you're listening from something from the past. But we're actually running the show live on YouTube.
Yes.
With video and live on Periscope.
As well. Yeah.
And the Periscope's more like a behind-the-scenes thing. It's just kind of one camera angle, just aiming at the whole studio. And then the YouTube through Wirecast should show me and Ronnie through different camera angles, and we should have my monitor there. That should be working fine. So what are you up to, Ronnie?
Hey, man. So, yeah, I'm just checking things out here on the channel. I don't see the broadcast just yet, so hopefully that comes up.
Oh, on YouTube?
Everything's been good. I'm excited for talking about the Apple event today. That was, a couple of days ago now? And
yeah, it's been
stuff like
2 days. So this is a pretty updated version, But, yeah, let's double-check some things. We got live streaming here. This will be, let's see. So streaming health is good, and we're live streaming. There we are.
Okay.
So we're set.
Okay. So it must take a minute to show up from an outsider point.
And
I'll
we're definitely live on Periscope.
Yes.
And so, yeah, here we go.
Right on.
We're all confused. This is so different than any other show we've ever done.
A lot of things going on at once, but everything's working. It's awesome, dude.
It's weird to see you and the video, and I got to get used to that, because this has always just been a basic podcast.
I got to get used to looking at this camera here.
Yeah, I'm supposed to look at that one. And I don't even think I've looked at it once yet.
This is cool, though.
So how you feeling? You're using your new mic? Brand new mic.
This thing is awesome. It's an MXL 770. And first test today and everything. First time I even used it.
Yeah, and it sounds
You're giving
great.
me crap because I never tested it before now.
Just right out of the package, he's like, I don't even want to hook it up. Let's use your 2020.
I didn't have a reason to.
And I was like, you bought it. Let's hook it up. And he pulls it out. It's in the plastic still. I'm like, you haven't even plugged it in, dude. What the hell?
Should have made sure at least it worked, right? Yeah. Pretty crazy, but it's been good. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Hope that reflects on the show. So.
Well, there's a couple things I want to talk about before we even go into the Apple event.
Yeah, dude.
Galaxy Note recall. You told me about this. The batteries are blowing up on the Galaxy Note 7, which is a phone I actually really, really like.
Yeah, this got the best screen ever, huh?
Yeah, it's the best screen you'll ever see.
That thing went on recall in a few days, and then I guess they're selling them again, but there wasn't a huge hype about it.
So I guess they figured out what the problem was and everything, and fixed it right away.
Trying to blame it on a third manufacturer of batteries. Like,
you
know
how I feel about that. Like when Apple tried to blame, who was it? Somebody else about their Maps app sucking, and they're like, oh, it's not even our GPS. It's like, it's your map. Own it. I don't care where you got it from. It's your product,
if it fails, it's on you. I'm actually going to open Samsung's website and see if you can actually order one. I think it's already been.
I thought they fixed it like right away. Like you could just go in and get it replaced. That was what I was
But they couldn't sell them for a few days, and I'm trying to figure out how long that was. Probably not very long.
But yeah, I was pretty blown away by it, because I went in the day before you told me about this recall, and I was like, dude, I just held the Galaxy Note 7, and it's the best display I've ever seen on anything ever, period.
Yeah.
It's the most gorgeous display. Where the hell did you go? It's kind of weird having video, because I don't know, like when you're talking, normally I just kind of sit back.
You're like,
just chill out, and then all of a sudden you see my video of me sitting there like, oh shit, I act all professional all the time. But I don't even remember what I was saying. But
yeah, how you liked it, and then the very next day, this surfaced.
Yeah, I loved it. I called you and I was like, sent you a Voxer, and I was just like, dude, I've never seen a display that high quality in my whole life. It's the best thing ever. I want one. And then like 20 hours later, you're like, hey, they're blowing up, like literally like exploding. And they're recalled. And I was like, wow. And nobody even cares. Like,
Yeah.
if that happened to Apple, God.
Especially because they couldn't sell it. They were like halted sales and everything.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And this one's pretty cool though. I didn't realize they had like the curved screens that go edge to edge like that.
Right.
I'm just looking at it again right here, and it's pretty cool. Looks like you can just buy it $164.99 retail.
Hey, that's $4 off of Apple.
$5.01.
They're expensive. I like expensive phones, and it's really hurting me.
Yeah.
I got the OnePlus 3
It's
here.
the same as a Plus, but it has
That's a cheap phone. OnePlus 3. That's running the audio. That's running the audio cues for our show today.
Right. One thing that you got to give props to Samsung is they start at 64 gigs and they give you SD card.
Yeah, that's
at
like
that
a
price.
big difference.
So
But I just
still a Samsung.
it's absolutely still a Samsung. Let me see if this brings music in. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's the wrong knob. Yeah, okay, sorry, I'm testing some stuff.
Cool.
We're not very... Remember, the show's Amateur Tech Talk, so we can suck. That's the whole reason I named it Amateur Tech Talk, so you can't expect... You can't expect professionalism here.
One of those is my nose, too. It's junk today.
You're sick. It sucks. Do you want to talk about the new Nexuses that are supposedly coming out next month?
Yeah, I read this morning that there is a rumor that Google's expected to have a release event on the 4th of October. So
The 4th of October.
that's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
That's really soon, actually.
Yeah.
Where do you find, like, Nexus rumors and stuff? Where do you find your
The
stuff?
good place to look for that is Tech Radar.
Tech Radar.
They're pretty good.
I also heard, that they're changing their name. They're not even going to be a Nexus anymore.
That's right. I should have said that too. Like the rumor Nexus, aka Pixel XL, supposed to be what they're going to be called next too.
The Pixel. So they're dropping the Nexus name altogether.
No more Nexus lineup name.
What do you think? Do you care? A name's a name. It doesn't matter, right? Or what do you think?
It'll be interesting. I'm worried that the price will go up because anything that they name Pixel is usually really expensive, high quality. It's like, okay, Pixel, this is
Right.
our way of showing how good we are.
Well, and it's not Huawei. It's a
HTC's rumored too.
HTC, and they're expensive as well.
Right.
So we're worried that the Nexus is not going to be like a budget phone
They're
anymore.
not crazy expensive actually, but I think it could easily raise the price up $100. That's probably realistic.
So that's $600.
Yeah.
And you can get a brand new
$599.
you can get a new iPhone 7 for $649.
Yeah. Samsung territory too. The S7 I think is $649 as well. So.
But yeah, so I figure that was at least worth mentioning that they're dropping the Nexus name. And what do you think? Are you gonna get one?
I'm a little on the fence with it. See, the HTC 10 is actually $599 on sale. It's normally $699. So yeah, HTC pricing isn't that bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
But it's still expensive. I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. I don't like the fact that rumor is that it's going to go to 5.5 inches of screen.
Right.
And I don't like that. I like phones that are bigger. I miss the Nexus 6 from Motorola.
Yeah.
And if it's just going to be minor changes like processor and RAM, I don't know. I'll have to see if it impresses me.
It won't at the beginning.
It might take a couple months.
You go back to like episode 4 or 5 of the Amateur Tech Talk.
That's right.
And let me see here. You don't like...
I didn't want to talk about it.
You don't like things when they first come out.
No.
You're like the opposite of getting involved in the hype. Like most people like things when they first come out. And you're like, no, everything sucks.
Well, it was totally
it's gonna
different. It was
be-
a Huawei from a Motorola. Motorola has a really cool, nice design. And when I saw that Huawei, I was just like, I don't like it.
I think you talked about it in episode 4, Microsoft event from a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm just on the Amateur Tech Talk website right now. So we can kind of like promote our show, right?
There you go.
So yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
last week we talked, or 2 weeks ago we talked about Apple rumors and
Yep.
my new OnePlus, and today we're actually talking about Apple facts.
That reminds me, how do you feel about the OnePlus? Can we give a little update on that?
I made a video about how I liked it and I was keeping it, and now I'm just waiting for something new, whether it's an iPhone or a Nexus.
And it's a stability thing. You still like the design.
I love the design.
Price factor, all this stuff.
It's a lot of little things that just fail a little too often. Bluetooth just fails a little too. I have to restart the phone once to twice a day to like fix a bug. My
That's
iPhone
good.
I restarted once to twice I mean, to fix a bug, it was like every 3 months, maybe. Like, why is it doing something weird? I'll restart it and it goes away. And on the
months and months apart. My phone's about a month or so that I'm like, what the hell happened?
yeah, you feel like you got to change it.
But it's once you have a lot of stuff open for quite a while.
In the notes, I have the Apple Watch Series 2 first, but I think we should just jump right into the iPhone first.
You want to talk about the iPhone first? Okay.
Yeah, from the Apple
Let's
event.
do it.
So they had their event on the 7th.
Yeah.
And it was like a 2-hour event. And I was able to watch some of it live on my phone at lunch break at work. But it was
hard,
it was a busy day. I was out with the big old FRA man. And actually, I wasn't. That was the next day. I was just busy fixing all the stuff you found.
That's right.
But I was able to go to lunch and actually catch the iPhone stuff live, which is all anybody really cares about.
That's most of what I missed too. I was working and we had problems up there too.
Right.
So,
but yeah, I mean, the iPhone, I think the 7 is pretty cool. I mean, we could go over spec for spec or whatever you want to talk about. Did you watch the whole event? You've seen most of it, right?
I in parts, like I watched the beginning. I thought it was really cool that they brought up that Japanese guy that works for Nintendo,
Yeah.
Yamamoto or whatever his name is.
The Mario stuff.
Yeah, and that was really cool to me. I was like, no way, they're bringing it to the iPhone. I was shocked.
Yeah, and it was kind of awkward a little bit when he was on because he had a translator and and it felt a little weird.
He tried. He talked English for what, 15 seconds or something,
like,
and you could not understand.
But yeah, it was pretty good. I thought the event went pretty well. I mean, we already knew everything for the most part, other than stereo speakers. That wasn't in the rumors.
Yeah.
Did you have any rumor
that they were going to have stereo earbuds?
Well, stereo speakers.
Oh, on the iPhone itself.
Yeah.
That was not in the rumors. All the mock-ups did not show that capability.
Everything else was exactly the same except for the $20 price hike to the 7 Plus.
Which is bull crap.
Because it's already really expensive.
Yeah.
And to me, the difference between the 7 Plus and the 7 aren't that great. Camera-wise, yeah, like they have 2 lenses and everything, but
right.
The $120 price jump, that's
so
going to be hard.
What are all the new stuff? Like storage went up and colors came out.
2 new colors, which you can look at here. We got this black, this jet black, which is glossy, very cool looking
I like
phone.
That piano black.
It's going to be ugly once you touch it with the fingerprint or even put it in your pocket. It's going to be scratched.
I need gloves for. Can't even use your phones.
They also have the normal black. Just
like a flat black.
They just call it black, but it's like a flat black
with the aluminum brush look to it.
Yeah,
it's darker than the silver from last year, or did they get rid of that look all the way?
They got rid of the space gray.
So they have a silver that's lighter than that. That's what I was thinking too.
They got like a silver, a gold, a rose gold, and then the 2 blacks.
Yeah.
Solid state home button's a pretty big difference now.
Wow.
The home button is more like the One Plus. The One Plus 3 has like a solid state capacitive touch home button. The dogs are barking like crazy. I bet I got a package from somebody, or maybe my wife's home. But anyway, yeah, so there's a solid state home button on there, which is force touch. It's a lot like the track pads on the new MacBook Pros and everything.
And what does that allow more features or?
Yeah, and it's obviously just no moving parts kind of situation.
You can't push it anymore.
Which gives it the IP67 water resistance rating now. You can take that nice camera right underwater, get cool underwater shots.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they've added some pretty cool features that make me want the phone. I would have liked a trimmer design. Like I like the One Plus, how it's these chins. Is that what you call them? Chins? Top and bottom bezels?
It's the bezels there.
I like those to be as small as possible, and the iPhone's still just a beast of a phone. For 5.5 inches, it's probably the biggest phone to get that screen size out there.
Yeah. How's the pre-ordering system? Is that pretty bad right now?
I tried to pre-order last night.
How did that go?
But they wanted me to pay for it in full. And last year when I pre-ordered, it just said, you pre-ordered. You just had a spot to go to the store and pick it up. And if you didn't show up, they just gave it to somebody else. But when I went to pre-order last night, they're like, you got to pay in full $900 right now. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I don't have that kind of money just floating around. I'm going to have to do it through like T-Mobile on a payment plan or something.
So that would be the version you like, is the 869. 128.
You just have to.
Yeah.
You have to buy that version.
Why not the jet black? It starts at 128.
I like. Well, it's the same price. It's not like
Yeah,
but I like the jet black. But
like you'd have to buy the 128 to get the jet black. I mean,
oh yeah,
so.
I like the jet black if it was never touched by human hands.
You don't think it's gonna be that bad? Didn't they code it so that the fingerprints would be as aggressive?
Yeah,
But
if you watch Marky Brown, Liam KBH Elemental PD, his video, he said he was holding it at the event,
Yeah.
so it's been like just there for like an hour, and it already had scratches on the back from people just like picking it up and putting it down.
oh my gosh,
It's a high gloss finish. It's just gonna be,
it's gonna do that.
unless it's like sapphire coating or something. I don't know.
Yeah, human hands sweat and all this stuff. Like, how are you
Yeah.
gonna prevent it from ever having any blemishes?
But they kind of upgraded everything. The stereo speakers was a really big plus. They're interesting though. The bottom one shoots down,
Yeah.
and the top one shoots straight at you. So doesn't that seem like you're gonna have like lower sound out of the right, depending on how you're holding the phone?
Yeah, once you have it in the hand, you're gonna realize that
It's
this
not gonna
isn't
be
perfect
even.
stereo.
It's not-
It's
I
better
think-
than before though.
Why'd you have one speaker aiming at you and one speaker aiming away?
It might be like HTC system. HTC, I think the 10 has this where they don't have boom sound, but the bottom does the bass and the top does the
Maybe
like the tweeter sound. So it combines itself and it just makes a round experience.
sound stereo.
It kind of does.
Um.
But it's not a real true stereo like for example, the 6P here or your
So yeah,
your
we're
phone
doing
doesn't do that.
Periscope on your 6P way up there.
That's
huh?
right. That's right. Wish we could show it. That would be hard.
Screw everything up. Yeah, I guess you just go watch it.
Yeah, if you go to our Twitter account, you'll be able to link into our Periscope stream. You can even
amateur-
watch it.
Amateur Tech
later.
Cast, right? Not Amateur Tech Talk. Amateur Tech Cast is
That's right.
the Twitter handle.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
So you're pretty impressed with the iPhone. You think it's worth buying and everything.
I
at this
like
point.
it. You know, a lot of people didn't like that the screen resolution didn't go up. I don't
That's
really
gonna
care.
hurt them with VR, but VR when they do something and they add it to their phones, I'm pretty sure the next iPhone's gonna have it.
The iPhone 8 is going to be like a huge overhaul of the
Yeah.
whole system.
It's gonna be their 10-year anniversary. There's already rumors on that. So once they do VR, they're gonna do it right. So maybe it wasn't the right time for them to jump right in, but
Yeah.
it does suck. The phone went up in price. There are subtle changes. That has a really powerful processor, better camera, but you're thinking I still wanted a better screen than that.
Yeah, I didn't really care personally.
Okay.
Because to me, Samsung screens are the best, and right under them is iPhone. And I know all these Nexuses.
So
and
this
these,
Quad HD thing doesn't.
it doesn't impress
doesn't
me.
affect-
There's more to a screen than pixels to me. They have to look good.
The
Like,
quality of the whites and the contrast.
yeah, I hold a
and the
Nexus
color.
to another phone, and to me, it doesn't look right, and it has twice the pixels, and I'm like, I don't like the screen as much. It's not as bright. There's just a lot more to it.
I could say the same thing for the iPad. Any other tablet I've seen, the
Mhm.
iPad still looks much nicer than it.
Yeah, and it's not like this insanely
It doesn't have
high
a lot of
pixel.
pixels on it.
So they're a quality over quantity people. Their phones are barely reaching 12 megapixel cameras, but their cameras are amazing.
Okay.
But yeah, they improved kind of everything. The only real competitor I think to the iPhone 7 is the iPhone 6s.
You were telling me about that yesterday. That's BS.
Yeah, because the 6s dropped $100 like they always do, but then they gave it the better storage.
Yeah.
They upgraded the storage. So that's like a good phone to buy now. For $549, you can get an iPhone 6s with 32 gigs.
Yeah, they upgrade the storage too. They've
That-
never done
That's
that.
not bad.
So,
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Um,
Looking at this tech specs here, I want to see if the battery life got significantly improved. I know it did.
what they've done is they've taken the processor is quad core, but its two cores are lower
Like power.
power.
consumption.
Yeah, like 1/5 of the power consumption of the other two cores, and so according to them, they're getting like an extra 2 hours of battery life
Oh
out
my
of the
God.
Plus and 1 hour out of the original.
Compared to the 6.
Yeah,
And it's
so-
more powerful.
The Plus is going to be really good battery because I already thought the 6S Plus had really good battery.
So this camera, I don't know if you want to talk about it.
do.
What? No, go ahead.
I just realized it. There's no fast charging.
There is no fast charging.
Holy shit!
I didn't think of that either.
I thought that was a for sure thing. So there's
That
no
was one of the
there's no
rumors,
fast
too.
charging. And I watched another video of a guy, I can't remember his name, Apple Pro Rumors or something. I watch his videos. They changed a lot of the radios inside too. If you buy the T-Mobile version, it doesn't have any is it CDMA? the one that would run on Verizon.
Oh yeah, the CDMA connection chip.
To get the one that has both radios in it, you have to buy the Verizon phone. The
Oh.
other ones don't even have it. People don't know that.
It's always been that way though. The Verizon's always had everything.
Yeah, but T-Mobile had it for like the last 2 versions.
They had CDMA on their phone.
Yeah.
See, I was trying to find that out too because you were trying to sell your phone and
Yeah.
we weren't sure if the 6S could do that.
So
And it does.
He mentioned it was like a video called like 15 things you need to know about the iPhone
Yeah.
7. And
So the 6S could do most of this camera stuff, or no? You would disagree with that? Because it does 4K video at 30 FPS. Doesn't the 6S do that?
I think so.
I think it did.
It's just going to be higher quality everything,
It's better lenses. And
they put a lot into their cameras. They've never like upgraded a phone without really kind of going all out on the camera.
Okay.
So it'll be just better in every way.
So you think the zoom and the low light has been improved overall?
The Plus version has that extra camera for like depth of field stuff and everything. They're using both cameras to get like a depth of field so you can like blur the background and highlight stuff that only like DSLR cameras, DSLR.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Cameras have only kind of really been able to do up until now. The iPhone can do kind of a lot for camera,
Yeah.
for video. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a standard upgrade. We lost the headphone jack, but they give you lightning headphones and they give you a little connector. I'm probably
there are actual lightning cables that go all the way through the connection of your headphones. They don't have a little weird adapter that.
they have both.
Oh,
So the headphones are lightning headphones.
Yeah.
That just would
Straight
hook up
up.
clean, and then they include this little $9, but it's included, but you can buy more for $9. That's a little connector.
So if you have anything else like this or any previous headphones,
if I
you
wanted to
can-
plug in like this, I'd have a little
Yeah.
dongle out, but it's included, so
Okay, not too bad.
they're helping.
And
us
it's
with the
like, how often
transition.
do you use that? So
Yeah, some people more
a
than
little
others.
shocking. Those on the news all over the place. No headphone jack.
Yeah, people
like, oh
freaked
my
out. I'm
gosh.
kind of thinking like, it's kind of about time. I'm a little bit on board with them, a little bit not. It's kind of like,
They've done it before. CD drives and floppy
Yeah.
disks. They were the ones to first
kind of start
abolish all
getting
that.
rid of all that stuff. Like, let's move on. Yeah. But I don't know. What else? What do you think of the iPhone? I know I talked to you earlier, and you weren't impressed with it at all.
The only thing that bothers me is the pricing and the storage capacity has always been a thing, and they're trying to do it again. Instead of giving you 64 initially, they're giving you 32,
Right.
forcing you to buy that 128. It's a cool phone though. If it was priced better, I think I would have one.
Right.
I have a hard time just going to it because the things it does really well, I wouldn't really use a full capacity.
Yeah, and
So-
they're expensive, and I don't know. I was totally on board thinking they were overpriced when I switched over to Android, but now I'm just thinking Android's not quite good enough, and so yeah, it's an expensive cost, but I don't really have a competitor. Like, there's nobody out there that can really do exactly what the iPhone does.
Yeah, what were you talking about? The accelerometers or not?
They
even
work
close.
Yeah, they just work
on
better. They just work better in the iPhone. So I might be back in the iPhone world. I don't know. I'm putting a lot of weight on the new Nexus Pixel. I can't call it a Nexus anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't really say iPhone 7 either. It's hard to get used to all those changes.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. The AirPods that just came out are pretty cool. They're the wireless.
Oh, those is really expensive.
Yeah. At
Oh
first,
my gosh.
I agreed with you there for a while. I was like, these are ridiculously expensive. How can I find them on here? I want to see a picture of them. But the more I think about what they're actually doing, I understand the price more. I spent $70 on my Bluetooth earpiece, which is only one AirPod without any of the AirPod technology in it.
Yeah.
You're getting 2 of them that can be used independently as Bluetooth earpieces. You know what I mean? So the more I realize what they do and what they're used for, the more I started realizing the 159 made a little bit more sense.
Okay.
Because I spent $80 on a Bluetooth earpiece.
They're saying wireless, effortless, magical. You can just scroll down right there where you're at.
They're down here.
Yeah. No, maybe. Are you on the main page? You're on the iPhone.
I'm on the iPhone page.
Yep. So it just says that, and I think they're just expensive. I was hoping these would be what, $200 or something.
$200.
How much are they? Aren't they like?
They're $159.
Okay, $100.
Yeah,
is what I was thinking.
that's what you were thinking.
What the heck?
They're
$200
they're
is a
really
lot.
slick. They're really cool. It is a really hard sell for a pair of headphones, but if you're using them as your Bluetooth headset, which I would be, That's $70, $80 you'd spend on a Bluetooth
Just on the
headset.
one, so it's
You
like
know what I
buying
mean?
two.
And then these things have like accelerometers in them. They
Yeah.
have a chip, the W1 wireless chip, smart chip in there.
Like it knows when you have it on.
They're
and-
really smart. Apple does things right. I've actually won a pair if I get the iPhone.
But wouldn't it be better if this was $100 though?
Yeah.
And did maybe a little less features?
Yeah.
But they don't do that. They just like, we'll do the best and we'll make it this way.
Yeah,
right away.
Apple doesn't really consider price. They just want to make the best thing.
That's
They're
right.
just like, let's make the best this, and it'll cost whatever it costs. You know, like it just has to be the best.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty impressed with them. I'm not impressed with the price, but I kind of understand it.
Do you think this would only work with the iPhone 7? Then you need a specific chip on the phone as well.
I don't think so. They'll probably support it back to like the 4S or something like that. But that's a good question.
Yeah, just because it does have a processor inside of it, does that mean iOS supports it? So it probably will be easy for them to make the 6S and the 6, and like you said, maybe all the way to the 5S.
I think they're pretty slick. I like that there's like no pairing involved or anything. You open that up and they just connect.
Yeah, it's got like a little banner that says you got earbuds nearby or whatever they're called.
Just click connect.
AirPods.
There's no like pairing numbers or any of this weird stuff. I guess they're figuring you don't have to be super secure about headphones.
Right.
But, I guess it's just like...
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier.
They do things way easier like that. And that's one thing I'm noticing in the Android world is just connecting to things is kind of a nightmare. Especially wireless.
So why no new Macs on this event? I was kind of disappointed. 2 hours of phone and watch.
Right.
And earbuds.
Yeah, the Macs need a new update. I want a new Mac Mini. The Mac Mini we're running this show on is old. It's 4 years old. And I was really hoping they would upgrade the Macs, at least the Mac Minis.
So with the latest gen too, the one that's only 2 years old or whatever, they solder the RAM and stuff, so it kind of sucks.
They kind of screwed it up.
They did. It's more like a laptop really inside now. It's always been, but you could change stuff, and they changed that.
The 2012 Mac Mini that I'm using for this show was a really cool buy because you could get an i7. You could put 2 hard drives
Which
in.
they got rid of that on the second update too.
Yeah.
The i7 processor altogether.
You could put 2 hard drives in.
Yeah.
So I have a solid state and then the original that came with it. You could upgrade your RAM just like a laptop, like an older laptop. You just buy some laptop RAM. I put 16 gigs in.
Oh, 1600 megahertz. I remember that.
I had an i7 16 gig, 1600 megahertz Mac for like $800.
Yeah.
And in 2012, that was like it's still running strong. I'm doing this show right now, running a lot of live feed recording and everything.
Right. So you would be willing to buy the new one, but hopefully they have an event under their sleeves for next month?
Yeah.
Whatever it might be. So
who knows? I'm not sure.
So the Apple Watch, how did that impress you? Is that a cool device?
Yeah.
Is it a Series 2? Okay, they're not calling it Watch 2. They're calling it Series.
They have the Apple Watch Series 2, and then they have the Apple Watch Series 1, which is the old one with the new processor. So that's the 2.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
They're putting the new dual-core processor from the Series 2 into the old one and lowering the price of the old one to $269.
So the Series 2 is still $299, right?
$369. They lowered the price of both. They're kind of doing it right with the watch.
Yeah.
But it's the same design. Oh, it's waterproof now, though.
That's true. The Series 2 would be waterproof.
The Series 1 was splash proof.
Right.
The Series 2 is straight up waterproof. Like, you can swim with it. And
it's way cool because it's got like that crown and the lock button or whatever you might want to call it.
And it's going to have like
it's still waterproof.
It's going to have like a new GPU. They came out with a new material. Did you see that in the keynote?
No, I didn't get to watch the watch at all.
They have a ceramic material that looks pretty slick. It's like white.
As the body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a ceramic that's really light and super strong.
Okay.
They're kind of teaming up with Nike. They have like a Nike version watch that's supposed to run really well with Nike app and stuff. So
it's a pretty cool watch, dude.
It's not too bad.
It's expensive though, like the AirPods. Like, why does everything have to be?
I don't think of it as
$100 more than what you think.
$269 is like less than the Galaxy Gear S2 or S3 and
but
stuff.
It's last year's with new processor, which is still new. But
yeah, but I mean, even Yeah, I mean, they're
I guess I would like this to be 200. I would like the AirPods to be 100, and I would like the
Yeah,
phones to be about $100 less.
not even the cheap stuff's like that.
Apple is just, I don't know.
There's an Apple Premium. There is.
There is.
I'm not gonna disagree with you there.
How can you buy a Moto G4? We mentioned this in the last show.
Which is the phone you should own. Because you don't use all that stuff that costs money.
I do. I mean, my phone has to run well. You see Periscope's working, even though we
Yeah,
have
Moto
no
G4.
viewers.
Oh, do we really? We played with that last night, and I had like 18 viewers just testing for the show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And,
Maybe we'd had a couple in and out. I haven't really paid
and
attention.
now we're actually doing the show, and nobody even comes and looks.
Anyway, there is no screen premium on Android. Anywhere you look, you can get a 5.5 easy with 1080 for a couple $100, for $379, for $400.
Yeah.
Alcatel One Touch is pretty cheap as well. All these phones don't have a screen premium price.
Yeah. It's they're lower quality. They don't run as good. Even this One Plus, which is not considered low quality,
like
doesn't run that
third
great.
of the cost, $869. I mean, I guess it starts at $769 for the Plus, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You could buy 3 if you include taxes. You can buy 4 Moto G4s. 4. Give your family phones,
Yeah.
new phones, all of them,
Yeah.
for the price of 1
Yeah.
Plus. 32 gigs.
But when you use the phone the way I do, I push my phone a lot.
You're saying I'm gonna use 4 times the power of a phone.
It's more that other phones just won't do what you need it to do.
Wow.
And
There's
and
truth to that.
That's the problem with it.
It's just it comes at a very high price.
And a high resale value.
Yeah, I guess.
I
You're right. You
I
sold yours for
mine
what?
for $500 within like 2 hours.
They had a little scratch on it,
It had a
nothing
little
major,
scratch on the screen.
but it was okay.
They were still going for like $570, and it was an $850 phone. A year later, that's only like a $300 cost to use for the year.
Was that what do you call it? A year ago
Yeah.
or a month ago?
Yeah,
Month ago.
I mean, I bought it a year ago and sold it like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I don't regret selling it. I'm glad I went to Android for a little while. There's things about Android I like. But I don't know. They're just lower quality in every little step. I'm going to try out the Nexus, hopefully, because I couldn't pre-order the iPhone. I kind of can't buy one for a couple of years anyway.
Ugh.
They sell out so fast and they're gone forever.
Yeah, what is it? October now? Probably
Yeah.
November if you want the jet black. That was
Yeah.
earlier this morning when I checked.
Yeah.
It's really hard to come by.
Well, I'm actually surprised. We must be talking fast because we went through the Apple event way faster than I thought we were
We
going
didn't
to.
cover it very well though. Did we? So it's a new phone. The Watch Series 2 has GPS. I guess we can just read these notes really quick.
Yeah, I got notes.
Yeah, because we just skipped over them really quick. I guess I just wanted to ask you right away, like, hey, what do you think of the No Max? What do you think of these prices? Because I always attack Apple on prices,
Yeah.
but not really giving them reason, because they include a lot of new technology that nobody else provides here.
Well, they just include higher quality technology that
On
nobody else
top of
provides.
having the newest technology, yeah, it's
And-
high quality and it works.
Yeah, it just does everything a little better. But I'm like I said, I'm a little impressed with Android for the most part, though. They just need to get their shit together. The accelerometers need to be perfect, like they were on the original iPod Touch. Had it figured out in 2006 or whatever,
It's not iOS.
and they haven't figured that out yet. They need to work on syncing their stuff together
I
for
think
like
it's a marriage with hardware and
Yeah.
the software, because the software works well, but the hardware lets you down every time.
yeah.
It's like using Linux and trying to record the show like we tried a couple days ago.
That Apple Watch Series 2 has the brightest display on any Apple product ever. So
Okay.
that could be interesting. They're saying for outdoor, like it's good to see, obviously.
Oh, good.
But I still think that, honestly, Samsung, I think, is way ahead of the game as far as watches, smartwatches go.
So you
They're
still
getting-
think
They're getting like 4 days of battery life out of that Galaxy Gear S3.
wow.
And it's the best looking one out there.
On Tizen? Is that
Yeah.
right? It runs Tizen.
Yeah.
Too bad you can't put it on any Android though.
Yeah.
Expensive though. What? How much is that watch?
It's like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
I think it's $400. It's slick though, dude. Should we look at it really quick?
Yeah, might as well because we're talking about this Apple Watch, and I mean, I think it's a good thing that they went to 269 for the Series One. I think that's gonna make it a lot easier to own an Apple Watch.
Yeah, and there's no LTE on the Apple Watch or
Do
anything.
they
But
keep
have
all the
GPS.
bands and different materials on the Series One, or did they just make it all rubber?
It's like the same, and they added some more bands. Look at this,
So you
dude.
can
Can you see
customize
my
it.
screen?
Yeah,
Look
at
at
that.
this watch.
Wow.
They're so far ahead of the
It
game.
doesn't
Sam.
look like a
Galaxy
Yeah,
gear. I mean, they're
it doesn't
just
look like a smartwatch. It just looks like a watch.
yeah.
A good one.
And then they're claiming ridiculous, and they have LTE and stuff in these, and Apple's like, we can't add LTE because it sacrifices battery life, and I'm like, your battery barely makes it through a day. How is Samsung so far ahead?
That watch is way cool.
See, I'm not just an Apple fanboy. I'm a quality fanboy. I go wherever the quality is.
You defend the quality though. You think their price is okay given that the quality is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I have a hard time with that.
But yeah, anyway, I think we've pretty much wrapped up everything we're going to talk about. It feels like we just started talking, but we've actually been going for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
30, 35, and I want to do about a 45-minute show.
Yeah, so we're almost there. It was good that we were able to do this without technical difficulties. So we're doing
Hopefully.
3 things at once, right? We have the recording
I'm
of
recording the show.
that
That's
goes
where
on Libsyn.
I'll steal the audio from the video, and I don't even know how I'm going to do that yet. And that's going to go to Libsyn as the podcast. We are also streaming 2 live cameras and the browser all on Wirecast through live to YouTube.
There you go.
And then we've got Periscope over there just kind of aiming at a behind the scenes type of thing. But all of them have the good audio. Periscope has the audio from our mics, has the sound and everything.
Yep, we got that interface.
It's a pretty slick little setup actually.
Cool, dude.
But
So-
yeah, we don't have an afterthought segment today. Because I told you, I was like, look at all these notes for the Apple event. This is gonna go like 2 hours. We just went through it all in like 10 minutes.
I look at the new Apple's, things and unfortunately I'm not too excited about it. I think the price let me down. I think there will be a lot more to be hyped up about. But I'll probably be the exact same way when the Nexus come out, the Pixel phones, because
You will.
I just see this new stuff and I'm like, yeah, you let me down.
You're one of those people that expects it to be
I want my phone to just fly.
Yeah, you want it to have wings. You want the new version to just have wings. And then it just comes out and it's just a little better than the last one, like always. This like better processor.
But if you
better
look
everything.
years and years past, it's gotten
yeah, and you're just
considerably
like,
better.
That's dumb. I didn't want it. And then like
I think that
2 months from now, you're gonna be loving your new Pixel
what turns
phone.
me off right away is price. If the Pixel is priced wrong, I'm gonna have a hard time with that.
You're gonna have to.
Who's
buy
gonna buy a phone that's $1,000 literally with taxes every year? I'm
Me.
upset, and I would not. I cannot get excited for that product. No matter what they put on it, it's still too expensive.
It is.
So
Well, we'll leave it with that then. I'm gonna see if I know how to do this music cue. I'm gonna exit.
right on.
All right. So signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, it worked. All right.